Hi everybody, it's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and today I'm going to give you a very short review of a very long book. See how big that was? This is by Mammoth from March, and this is the Jubilee Trail. And I have to see who wrote it. I know it was written in 1950, but it was written by Gwen Bristow. Gwen Bristow. So in this novel, we follow our heroine, Garnet. She is named after her birthstone. She was born in January. And she is a very bored, upper middle class socialite in the 1840s in New York City. And she marries a man who comes to town. His name is Oliver. And she marries Oliver, and Oliver is someone whose job is to take hides. I'm assuming they're buffalo hides. They're never really explained. But taking hides from California to New York and then going back again and getting more hides. And so they have to go on what they call the Jubilee Trail, which starts basically in St. Louis. And it's just an amazing adventure story. We have Indian attacks. We have, interesting medical procedures that happen after the Indian attacks. Like she gets shot in the arm, and so they have to use a red hot poker to seal up the wound, and that was exciting. But more than the exciting parts of it, and there are a lot of exciting parts of it, it's really about her friendship with a woman by the name of Florinda, who is a prostitute. But Florinda is the prostitute with the heart of gold. I mean, she just is there for Garnet at every single turn. She's helpful to her in every single way, and she is kind. She's one of the kindest characters I have ever. She was actually my favorite character. I liked her a little bit better than Garnet. Garnet was, good and truthful and tougher than she ever thought she was going to be, but she wasn't Florinda. And Florinda just saw those opportunities everywhere and would go after those opportunities, but she was never malicious. She never lied. She never was, after men just for their money. She never drank. She did not touch a drop of alcohol throughout the whole book. Really, it's a wonderful read. It's a long read. There's lots of characters in there. One of the characters I wanted to point out specifically was Texas, who was one of my favorite characters. And Texas was a former doctor who had sort of given his life over to alcohol. He was a raging alcoholic, and he was a disgraced doctor because of that. But he was able to help Garnet. He was the one who seared up her wound. He helped her when she was pregnant. He helped Florinda when she was struck down with, I guess it was intense dehydration. I don't know. And our love interest, his name is John. And you always know from the very beginning, even before, when she's still married to Oliver, and I won't tell you how that all, shakes out, because if you do ever want to read it, but you know that John, who's kind of the trail boss, she's going to end up with him, which she does. Spoiler alert, in case you want to read it. Anyway, it was a wonderful book. It took me a little bit less than a month to read. And I'm not going to apologize again for being a slow reader, because I read, and when I read, I just get totally into the book. And I have gotten in trouble recently for questioning whether some of the YouTubers actually read 8 or 9 books a month. And if they do, fantastic, that's wonderful. But I couldn't rush through a book like this. It was just too engrossing. The descriptions were amazing, what they went through to get on the trail, the different highs and lows when you think, okay, now we're entering a period of peace. Oh, nope, we're not. We've got some more conflict coming up. Anyway, the Jubilee Trail, written in 1950 by Gwen Bristow. Bistro? Oh, I better look again. It's early yet, people. Gwen Bristow is, if you can find it, which I'm sure you can somewhere because she's written a couple of other things, is a wonderful, wonderful historical fiction. and 1840s cattle drives and trails and Indians and early Los Angeles and early San Francisco. It wasn't something I would ever normally pick up. I got it at an estate sale, and I'm so glad that I did. Anyway, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. I've got some new subscribers, so hello to everyone. And we're getting ready for our cozy mystery one coming up, our cozy mystery, which will be much longer than this short early morning book review. Thank you so much for watching, and like and subscribe. Check you later.